It was a dark and stormy night. Emily had just moved into her new house and was excited to explore every corner of it. As she was walking around, she noticed a strange door hidden behind a bookshelf. Curiosity got the best of her, and she decided to open the door. To her surprise, the door led to a secret room, filled with cobwebs and dust. As she looked around, she noticed a strange object sitting in the center of the room. It was an old, antique mirror with an intricate design. Emily couldn't resist the temptation and reached out to touch the mirror. Suddenly, she felt a chill run down her spine, and she heard a voice whisper in her ear, "You shouldn't have come here." As she turned around, she saw a figure standing behind her. It was a ghostly apparition of a woman with long, flowing hair and a torn dress. Emily tried to scream, but her voice was trapped in her throat. The ghostly figure started to move towards her, and Emily felt herself being pulled towards the mirror. She tried to resist, but it was no use. The mirror was now pulling her into it. Emily found herself in a strange and eerie world, surrounded by darkness and shadows. She tried to scream for help, but there was no one around to hear her. As she walked through the darkness, she noticed a faint light in the distance. As she got closer, she realized it was the ghostly figure she had seen before. The woman was holding a candle and beckoning Emily to follow her. Emily had no choice but to follow the ghostly figure, and as they walked, the darkness around them seemed to dissipate. They arrived at a room filled with old furniture and antiques. In the center of the room, there was a chest, and the ghostly figure pointed towards it. Emily slowly approached the chest, and as she opened it, she saw a vision of the past. It was the ghostly figure, the woman she had been following. She was crying and holding a letter in her hand. Emily read the letter, and it was from her husband, who had died in a war. As Emily looked up, she saw the ghostly figure standing in front of her. The woman thanked Emily for helping her find closure and then disappeared. Emily found herself back in her house, sitting in front of the mirror. She looked at herself and noticed that her hair was now long and flowing, just like the ghostly figures. She knew that she had just experienced something truly spooky and supernatural.